The Fire of the Library of Alexandria. The fire of the Library of Alexandria in 48 BC is often considered one of the greatest tragedies in intellectual history. The library is believed to hold up to 400,000 manuscript scrolls, covering knowledge from various ancient civilizations. According to historical records, the fire occurred during the Roman Civil War, when Julius Caesar ordered the burning of ships in Alexandria's harbor. The fire reportedly spread to the city and destroyed most of the library. However, there is debate among historians about the veracity of this. Some theories state that the library was gradually destroyed by various parties, including the Roman Empire, early Christians, and Arab invasions, who may have sought to erase documents deemed contrary to their beliefs. Other conspiracy theories allege a deliberate fire to control knowledge and intellectual power. However, archaeological evidence is minimal, and the exact location of the library has not been found. Modern historians are more inclined to believe that the library suffered a gradual decline due to neglect, war, and the movement of manuscripts. Accounts from Strabo and Plutarch support the theory that damage was recurring and not entirely intentional. The loss of the Library of Alexandria is often symbolized by the destruction of knowledge by political forces or conflict. While there is no definitive evidence that the library was destroyed in a single incident, its story continues to fuel speculation about the role of politics and ideology in erasing intellectual history. Great Fire of London. The Great Fire of London on September 2nd to 6th, 1666, destroyed much of the city, including 13,200 homes and 87 churches, and left more than 70,000 people homeless. The fire started in a bakery on Pudding Lane, and quickly spread due to strong winds and the use of flammable wooden building materials. Although much evidence suggests that these fires were accidents, conspiracy theories developed, accusing French or Catholic immigrants of deliberately starting the fires to undermine Protestant England. These accusations led to a wave of violence against the community. A forced confession from a French immigrant, Robert Hubert, that he started the fire as part of a foreign conspiracy, further fueled the paranoia, although it was later proven he was innocent. Official investigations concluded that the fire was accidental, but conspiracy theories were kept alive by mistrust of minorities and the political tensions of the time. The fire triggered major changes in urban planning, such as the use of more fire-resistant building materials and a more organized city layout. Although the technical explanation is more plausible, the narrative of foreign sabotage remains popular, reflecting the deep social biases and tensions in 17th century England. Great Chicago Fire. The Great Chicago Fire of October 8th to 10th, 1871, was one of the most destructive disasters in U.S. history, destroying about 9 square kilometers of the city, killing about 300 people, and leaving more than 200,000 people homeless, then 100,000 residents homeless. The fire is believed to have started in the O'Leary family's cowshed, although conspiracy theories abound that it was set by developers or local authorities to speed up the city's redevelopment with a more modern layout. Some also blamed immigrants or certain groups, reflecting the social tensions of the time. Official investigations failed to determine the exact cause, but reports suggest that a combination of dry weather, wooden buildings, and strong winds exacerbated the fire. After this incident, the city of Chicago underwent a major transformation, including the implementation of stricter building codes and the use of fire-resistant materials. While conspiracy theories persist among the public, strong evidence suggests that these fires were most likely the result of environmental conditions and human negligence, rather than a deliberate act. However, the narrative of an ulterior motive remains popular as this fire coincided with other fires in the Midwest, including the Peshtigo Fire, adding to speculation about a connection between the events. Triangle Shirtwaist Factory Fire. The Triangle Shirtwaist Factory Fire on March 25, 1911 in New York was one of the worst industrial tragedies in U.S. history, killing 146 workers, mostly young immigrant women. The fire broke out on the top floor of a garment factory, and victims were trapped due to locked emergency exits, lack of fire extinguishers, and inaccessible windows for evacuation. Although the official investigation showed that the fire started from a carelessly discarded cigarette butt, conspiracy theories emerged that the factory owner deliberately set fire to the building to obtain an insurance claim. This conjecture was reinforced by the reputation of the owners, Max Blank and Isaac Harris, who had previously faced similar allegations. However, concrete evidence of deliberate arson was never found, and the factory owners were only fined for safety violations. The tragedy triggered major reforms in work safety laws, including fire safety standards and the formation of stronger labor unions. While the fire was most likely the result of negligence, theories about sabotage remain part of the narrative due to public distrust of business owners who often neglect workers' welfare in favor of personal gain. The tragedy also came to symbolize the social injustice and exploitation of workers at the time. Hindenburg Disaster. The Hindenburg disaster on May 6, 1937, when the German Zeppelin Hindenburg caught fire while landing in New Jersey, killing 36 people out of 97 passengers and crew, is one of the most famous aviation tragedies. The Zeppelin, which used hydrogen as lift gas, quickly caught fire in less than a minute. Initial investigations concluded that an electrostatic charge may have triggered the leaking hydrogen gas, although conspiracy theories emerged with various alleged causes. One theory suggested that the incident was a sabotage to damage the reputation of Germany's dominating aviation technology at the time. Another theory suggests that the accident was deliberate by certain parties to promote helium as a substitute gas for hydrogen, as the supply of helium was then monopolized by the United States. In addition, some believe that political conflicts in Nazi-era Germany contributed to this incident, although there is no concrete evidence. After the incident, commercial use of Zeppelins declined dramatically, and the Hindenburg became a symbol of the vulnerability of hydrogen-based technology. Although conspiracy theories remain popular, most experts agree that the accident was a combination of a fire-prone design, flammable upholstery materials, and weather conditions that created an electrostatic charge. The tragedy served as a great lesson to the aviation industry about the importance of safety and more reliable technology. The Coconut Grove Fire. The Coconut Grove Fire on November 28, 1942, in Boston, USA, was one of the deadliest nightclub fires in history, killing 492 people and injuring hundreds more. The fire broke out in a nightclub that was packed to more than twice its maximum capacity due to Thanksgiving celebrations. The fire was reportedly started by an electrical short circuit in the flammable decorations, but conspiracy theories are growing that there was sabotage or an act of revenge against the club owner. This speculation was reinforced by the bad reputation of the owner, Barney Wilansky, who had close ties to political and criminal figures in Boston. There were claims that the fire was planned to hide illegal activities or as an act of personal revenge. However, the official investigation found no evidence to support this theory. The cause of the fire was confirmed to be a short circuit, exacerbated by safety violations such as locked exits and lack of evacuation routes. The tragedy triggered major reforms in fire safety laws, including strict regulations on building capacity, decoration materials, and emergency access. Although technical causes have been confirmed, conspiracy theories continue to persist due to the club owner's political connections and public suspicion of a lack of accountability. The Coconut Grove Fire became an important symbol in the effort to improve public safety in entertainment venues. Sydney Luna Park Fire. The Sydney Luna Park Ghost Train Fire on June 9, 1979, Australia, is one of the most controversial incidents in theme park history. This fire killed 7 people, including 6 children and an adult man, when the ghost train ride caught fire. Although initial investigations concluded that the fire was caused by an electrical short circuit, conspiracy theories continue to emerge, alleging that this incident was deliberate for the benefit of certain parties. One of the main theories is that the fire was set to allow for the redevelopment of the amusement park with more modern attractions. Another theory attributes the fire to organized criminal activity, including the alleged involvement of influential figures in Sydney. In addition, witness reports of seeing suspicious men carrying torches around the site before the fire fueled speculation that the fire was deliberately set. Official investigations failed to find clear evidence of sabotage, and the case was eventually closed without any convictions. However, the lack of transparency and alleged disregard for safety by park managers continues to raise questions. The tragedy changed the public perception of safety at amusement parks and triggered stricter regulations in facility inspections and risk management. While the official cause remains an accident, the mystery surrounding the fire makes it one of the most debated incidents in Australian entertainment history. Grenfell Tower Fire. The Grenfell Tower fire on June 14, 2017 in London, England, is one of the deadliest and most controversial high-rise fire tragedies in modern history. The fire, which started from a burning refrigerator on the 4th floor, quickly spread throughout the 24-story building, killing 72 people and injuring dozens more. The fire was accelerated by the use of cheap exterior cladding made from highly flammable polyethylene, installed during the building's renovation for aesthetic reasons. Conspiracy theories emerged, suggesting that the fire was a deliberate attempt to displace poor residents of the Kensington area in favor of redevelopment of luxury properties. This theory was reinforced by long-standing social tensions in the area, known for the divide between wealthy and working-class residents. In addition, sharp criticism was directed at the building management and local government for ignoring residents' reports of fire safety issues, including a lack of fire alarms and inadequate evacuation routes. Official investigations confirmed that cladding materials and a lack of safety systems were the main causes of the scale of the tragedy, but there was no evidence to support the theory that the fire was intentional. The Grenfell Tower tragedy triggered major reforms in building safety regulations in the UK, but remains a symbol of social injustice and government negligence. Public dissatisfaction with the outcome of the investigation continues to fuel speculation about ulterior motives behind the disaster. California wildfires. The California wildfires, 2018 to 2021, were a series of massive wildfires that destroyed millions of acres of land across the U.S. state of California. These fires caused hundreds of deaths, thousands of structures destroyed, and billions of dollars in economic losses. The main cause identified was Pacific Gas and Electric, PG&E Company's aging electrical equipment, combined with extreme weather conditions, such as drought and high winds. However, conspiracy theories have emerged, including the suggestion that the fires were caused by deliberate actions to clear land for major infrastructure projects, including the construction of a high-speed rail line. This theory was fueled by viral photos showing trees remaining intact while surrounding houses burned to the ground, which was claimed to be proof of the use of advanced technology. In addition, there is speculation that the fires were used to manipulate the property market or to push certain climate change policies. Official investigations concluded that many of the fires were caused by PG&E's negligent maintenance of its electrical equipment, which produced sparks that ignited fires in dry conditions. The company was forced to pay billions of dollars in compensation to victims. Despite scientific evidence supporting technical causes, conspiracy theories remain popular in some circles, reflecting the public's distrust of large corporations and governments in handling natural disasters. These fires have come to symbolize the environmental crisis caused by climate change and the lack of disaster-resistant infrastructure. Palisades Fire. The Palisades Fire, 2025, Los Angeles, USA, was one of the most controversial major fires of the early years, causing the destruction of more than 12,000 structures, the evacuation of more than 150,000 people, and huge economic losses. The fires were fueled by a combination of strong Santa Ana winds, prolonged drought conditions, and vulnerable infrastructure. However, conspiracy theories have emerged, alleging that the fires were intentionally set to support a smart city development project ahead of the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Some proponents of this theory claim that the burned areas correspond to planned locations for modern infrastructure projects, including high-end housing and new transportation lines. In addition, speculation was fueled by a lack of transparency from the local government regarding previous fire prevention measures, as well as photographs showing unnatural damage patterns, which the theory argues supports the alleged use of advanced technologies such as directed energy weapons, DEWs. Official investigations to date have suggested that the fires were caused by electrical equipment short circuits exacerbated by extreme weather. While there is no evidence to support the conspiracy theorists' claims, the public's distrust of disaster management by governments and energy companies keeps speculation growing. These fires not only expose the vulnerability of urban neighborhoods, but also increase pressure on authorities to be more transparent and responsive to public needs amid the climate crisis.